Welcome back to the Outside Scoop podcast. I'm your host, Josh Groh. This is
co-host. Rob Solorzano.
That's right. And today is episode 4. We're talking pop culture today. Last week we talked about Daredevil Born Again, and we have a quick update on Daredevil news. So I don't know
if it is what you're going to talk about, which I don't know, you should probably put a spoiler warning.
Oh, you're right.
Like
that's true. So
right here.
On the thumbnail, there's going to be a spoiler thing in the top left.
Okay.
But just know, if you don't want Daredevil Born Again a little bit of it spoiled for you, skip to this time right here, where we should be talking about the Minecraft movie. So, 1, 2, 3. Okay, you've had time. All right.
The new suit?
No.
Oh.
Not what I was going to say. Dario Scardapane, the showrunner, or the head showwriter, confirmed that Heather is now Matt's ex-girlfriend in season 2.
I did see that.
I thought that was interesting. That
kind of wish they fleshed that out a little bit, like showed it. I guess you're going to go into it. Sure. And they're broken up. Which I don't like, because what if people don't see your post, your article, like the announcement that, you know what I mean?
Right, which makes me think that they will go into it at some point, just a little bit in the
Something
series.
Small, yeah.
Yeah, just a mention. Maybe there's a conversation between the two of them. Maybe he mentions that she moved out. Whatever it might be. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they are broken up. Shocker.
I don't care.
I liked Heather.
Heather was all right until she started being a prick.
Well, yeah, until she started talking about
I saved me, not Daredevil.
And her viewpoint on vigilantes, like
Daredevil and Muse are the same.
No. Yeah, she didn't get it. Another thing.
Idiot.
So I found this screenshot from my camera roll a while ago.
Sure.
And this is when we were in a group chat. It was me, you, Greg, and Fletcher. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what the topic was, but you said, across a string of 6 texts, I'll put it on the screen, you said, well, duh, that's probably his Daredevil or whatever they're called. I forget the name, but he's definitely playing Green Goblin. Stunt Devil.
I remember that.
Is. You thought a stunt double was called a Stunt Devil.
Yeah, I did. I don't know why.
I just found that and thought it was really good.
Dude, that was so long ago.
It was. Actually, I don't think Greg was in that anymore.
Dude, I remember that. That was so
it had to be
long ago. Because the way that people say stunt double, for me, it always sounded like devil. I don't know why.
Stunt double.
I'm like, in the back of my mind, I was like, why would they call it that? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then it was like, it's one of those things that, like, you don't ask about, like, oh, what are they actually called until you say it, and they're like, and someone's like, you're stupid, it's this. It's one of those instances. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
where it's like
scot-free.
You don't know you're wrong until someone's like, you're a moron. It's clearly this. And I'm like, I've been saying that for so long.
I used to think it was scotch-free.
What is it?
Like he got off scotch-free is what I thought it was, but it's scot-free.
I don't even know what I said.
I think that's what it is.
I don't know what I said.
I'm pretty positive it's scot-free.
But yeah, I guess that would be a good example of like Scot-free Productions.
Oh yeah, with one
Scott.
key, scot-free to escape.
It's just like one of those things that like you kind of just hear, you don't like see it really. So I've been just like echoing. It's like telephone.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's like telephone to where I eventually got to Stunt Devil somehow.
Yeah.
And I didn't hear what it actually is until you're like, you're a moron.
Until I texted you.
Did you text the group chat or did you individually text me?
I made fun of you for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
You definitely did not let me scot-free.
You didn't get off scot-free.
You never let me off scot-free.
No. All right. We're going to have another spoiler warning here. If you haven't seen the Minecraft movie, or if you don't want to spoil it for you, skip to this point in the discussion. We're going to be talking about it quite a bit, though. So,
for a little bit, yeah.
Do you want to share your thoughts first, or I've got some pretty strong thoughts on it.
the game Minecraft is a game where they
It's a sandbox.
push creativity.
Yeah.
They want you to create whatever your little mind can come up with in your noggin, and it is probably a top 3 game of all time. People can argue it number 1. I understand it's kind of like a phase game. Long story short, Minecraft is up there, one of the best games of all time. Creativity is what made it so special. This movie lacked creativity on every single mark. It is so bland, so boring. I guess it's fun for kids. We'll bring that up later. I think that's stupid. That argument of it's a kids movie doesn't make any sense. Actually, I'm going to do it now just because it pisses me off. Sure. It actually makes me mad. Let me name you some kids movies that are fire and that adults watch and enjoy.
Go ahead.
Toy Story 1, 2, and 3.
100%.
Shrek 1 and 2. Yep. Fantastic. Kung Fu Panda 1 and 2. Kung Fu Panda 2.
Why are you saying Kong?
Kong?
Kung Fu Panda?
Kung Fu?
Kung Fu.
Kung?
Kung Fu. What?
Kung Fu. My handwriting is really bad.
Okay.
Look, it looks like an O. I'm just kind of reading. It is Kung. Panda. Kung Fu Panda number 2 is fantastic. Kids movie has some dark elements in there. But it's a really good movie. Transformers 1, I don't think you've seen that.
Not yet.
Good movie.
It's on my list though.
Cars, Ratatouille, Super Mario Bros, How to Train Your Dragon, Megamind, WALL-E, Lion King, Robots, Coco, Up,
I think we
Lego Movie, Incredibles. Point being is there's a million kids movies out there that are so good. Yeah. I would watch them today, laugh at a great time. There's character development, there's plot. It doesn't have...
Not to mention the kids shows that are made for kids that are also enjoyable for adults. I mean, SpongeBob was just a prime example of that.
Adventure Time,
regular show.
Sorry.
Pretty much anything on Cartoon Network that was made between like the late 90s to like early 2010s. So like probably starting with Johnny Bravo, ending with maybe Steven Universe.
I don't like Steven
That's
Universe.
Maybe
I watched a couple episodes and I was like,
Amazing World of Gumball. Yeah.
Actually, I like Amazing World of Gumball. But like, I like Minecraft. I still play Minecraft. I have a realm right now with some buddies and we play quite a bit. Taking an IP that I love and then basically using it as like a cash grab makes me upset. Nothing about that was like any fan service except for like the Technoblade. That was really nice. Everything else just felt like they're there for a paycheck. Jack Black is just Jack Black. He's not even Steve.
There's no Steve.
He's not Steve. He's just Jack Black. I've seen videos of him in the wild on the beach, and he's acting the same as he does in the movie.
That's how he acts in front of a camera.
At least like Jumanji, he had like somewhat of a character. Like this one was just straight up just Jack Black.
Yep.
The easiest paycheck he's ever earned. Jason Momoa, I think he did try a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. I think because Jason Momoa said during an interview he's not a gamer. He hasn't played video games. But he did good for what he was given. Like, he acted, you know.
Henry, not interesting. His sister, not interesting. The woman...
The landlord?
Yeah, not interesting.
Nope. She had no place in that
movie. I say this and not get canceled? I feel like she's there just for, like, a diversity hire. She's in the background. She's in the background. She does absolutely nothing. She's like,
yeah,
this is how you give a dog a bone. That's what she does.
Her role,
nothing.
Regardless of who you put in that role, the role of that character does not progress the plot at all. Because even if she's not their landlord, like if you just have them show up to that house and there's no landlord character whatsoever, it doesn't change the movie at all. She doesn't do anything in the world of Minecraft that helps them. They could have found out how to give a dog a bone. Steve did it.
Yeah, but she has a zoo on the go. A portable zoo. So she knows how to tame a dog. Whatever.
So I think
Should we start with the good before we start hating on it?
Well, maybe. But let me ask. Are we agreeing that it was a waste of 90 minutes?
100%. My fiance, I'll bring her at some point. I don't want to use personal names, but Brooke, she'll be on at some point. I bet.
You just used it.
No, because she'll be on at some point. I'm not gonna like use personal names if like they're not gonna be
Oh,
there
I
at some
got you.
point.
Okay.
She'll see the camera at some point. Brooke was like uninterested. She almost fell asleep. And if that kind of movie can't keep Brooke entertained, like not to dog on Brooke, but like it's not a good movie if Brooke's not entertained. Greg and I both thought like this thing is dragging. And we're like, please end this, dude. It's just like
so
boring. For
let's
Minecraft?
Let's touch on the 3 good points from my view.
Sure.
The 3 good points are the only 3 points that made me laugh, genuinely laugh. The first one is when what's her name was on the date with the villager at that fancy restaurant.
Jennifer Coolidge.
That was
actually kind of funny.
The waiter came up and said, "Is he finished?" And she said, "No, I think he's Swedish." That was pretty good.
You know what joke that actually got me laughing? It was when Henry gets in trouble at the school and he calls Jason Momoa. He's like, yo, can you come up here and pretend to be my uncle? He's like, sorry, man, I don't do that anymore.
Yeah. I don't do that anymore that was the kicker. So the second part that actually made me laugh is whenever his skeleton hit that big potato thing and it rolled off.
Wait, why can't I remember?
It's whenever he makes the jetpack on the skeleton and it goes up and then it shoots off and it hits the support of the potato and then the potato falls into the river. It was so terribly animated. It was so terribly animated that it made me laugh. So that's not even a product of a good joke from the movie. That's just how poor it was.
How stupid it was. Because this is my thing with the jetpack scene. There's no way that jetpack is enough fuel to travel the distance, then also cause that big of an explosion.
Yeah.
It was a big explosion. And it traveled all that way. So
but that's burning. The thing is that it was like a comedically large explosion. As I'm pretty like obviously they were going for that. That's something SpongeBob would do. Like when characters in SpongeBob would just blow up out of nowhere. I think is what they were going for.
I guess so. That it was kind of funny.
It worked for me.
That
was one thing that worked for me. And you know what? I don't remember the third thing that made me laugh.
One of the things I had with this movie is
I remember. Sorry. It was at the after they beat what's her name?
Don't ask me.
The Piglin villain from the Nether.
I just know General Chungus. That's the only name I remember.
That was pretty. Whenever she said that. Also, the voice actor for the woman Piglin, whatever her name was, they did well. Whoever that was, they did well voicing her. But when she said General Chungus, I was like, did they really just say General Chungus? And then I'm like, that had to be Jack Black. Jack Black had to have said, hey, let's name this character Chungus. I could just see him doing that. Anyway, whenever Steve is like standing over her, they just defeated her. She doesn't have her power anymore. And she's like, wait, I have to tell you something. Come closer. And he's like, you totally don't have a knife on your other hand, do you? No, I don't have a knife. Oh.
And then she did it like 4
more times.
That was actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I will say, let's see, my good was Jason Momoa.
Okay.
Dennis.
Oh, the dog? Yeah.
I like Dennis. Some of the action was alright.
Sure.
Alright. Keyword, it's not like great, but
let's talk about the action really quick though. Why did Natalie just immediately have superhuman fighting skills? Like, I get that they touch on it after the movie that she opened a dojo or whatever, self-defense class, but nothing at all in the product before then even slightly suggests that she has the skill set.
They kind of did, but it was stupid how they did it. When the piglins first attacked the village, she grabs like a hoe, and she just like uses it a little bit, and then when they're leaving the village, the landlord's like, "Man, you're really good at fighting." She's like, "Thanks."
No, but that does not, because that was during the conflict, during the fight. They never touched on it before that.
I thought you were talking about the final fight when she was like.
No, it's just it started that scene that it almost looked like she got lucky with how good she was.
Raw ability, I guess. I don't know.
When a zombie piglin horde is on you, I don't think so. With the wooden hoe.
Be nice to me.
What did you call me?
I think some of the visuals looks pretty good. There's some scenes where it looks really bad, like when Jack Black's jumping, like he's like
When he puts on
coming
diamond
in
armor.
hot, like that. That scene, the jetpack looked pretty stupid. There's some times where like when the live action characters are running in the animation forest, and it looks kind of wonky. But like the skeletons looked good, the zombies looked good, like that stuff looked good. My issue is that like I don't like how they look. Like they look good, but because like I'm a Minecraft guy,
they don't look like Minecraft.
It's like when I was 6 years old and I would get on YouTube and it's like, what would a zombie look like in real life? It has like the cringy music. It's like the slideshow. They look like that.
Yep.
They should have done a normal animation, just make them like blocky, like you know what I mean? Like
every character
Minecraft.
should have been animated. When they jump into the world, they should have been animated.
Yeah.
Honestly, it shouldn't even have been they cross from the real world into Minecraft. It should have just been a movie set in Minecraft.
That's all I have. I have Jason Momoa, Dennis, some of the action, and some visuals. That's what I had for what I liked. And I laughed a couple times too, but...
I have a Rotten Tomato score here. This is as of today.
Is that yours or the...
Nope. This is total. As of April 26th. Rotten Tomatoes at 48%. One of the reviewers, this is Adam Graham of Detroit News, he said, there's a great comedy in here somewhere that has nothing at all to do with Minecraft, which just shows that as a storyteller, Hess has plenty of gas left in the tank. Hess is the director. Mm-hmm. He directed Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh.
I would agree with that. I think at some point in this movie, you could say, if you eliminate some of the cheesiness, that there could be a good comedy for kids.
General butt crack. That was not funny.
No. There were a lot of points in the movie where my jaw was just on the floor because of how stupid it was. When Steve started singing the Steve's Lava Chicken song, like Hope looked over at me and I straight up was just like not good. I was just I did not like what I was looking at.
One thing that really took me out of a scene, which I was actually somewhat enjoying, was when the zombies, when they first get into the world, turns night.
Oh yeah.
Zombies come. Pretty cool scene of Henry building the little fort. The zombies look kind of threatening. And then Steve comes in. Sure, he's been around. He can take them out. But then they started playing... What was the song?
I don't know what the song was.
You're My Little Boot thing. So
Yeah.
I don't give a hoot.
Oh,
like,
okay, yeah.
That was the worst song choice I've ever seen in my entire life. And that just takes you right to the scene. It was kind of serious and like, oh, like this is... Yeah, it's not bad. I kind of enjoy. And then they play that song and I immediately was like... Like, dude,
I didn't like that scene because
I spent money on this.
It literally is within the first 5 minutes of them being in Minecraft, and all of a sudden Henry's building a fort as big as that, and he's never, first of all, there's no mention of in their actual world that Minecraft is a game.
But he has creativity, is what they hint at. Because he draws a banana with a jetpack.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, Henry creates a new item. The launcher.
The tater launcher.
Yeah, which is like kind of cool that you're mixing a real world thing with the Minecraft thing. So that does play into the creativity that like at least they showed that Henry is so creative that he can make a new item, but they never go back to it. They only have and then they have the buckets.
They keep those two things the entire time.
They do.
Because they're like, well...
But if Natalie would have made some cool sword, or if the landlord would have made some item that like calls animals to come fight for her or something.
There's a couple,
I'm just spitballing.
There's a couple of things that are just not Minecraft. One, the Enderman. You don't get in like the trance thing. That's weird. And then two, zombies don't attack sheep. That pink sheep that was getting like brutally killed.
Yep.
They don't do that. Piglins, when they come into the overworld and the evil piglin lady was like,
they're gonna burn,
joke's on you. They don't attack unless provoked.
Right.
And then Travis shoots the arrow and hits the Iron Golem and then they fight. They're mobs. They attack mobs.
Iron Golems don't attack unless provoked. Not you. They don't attack you.
Yeah.
Unless provoked.
Yeah, exactly. But they attack mobs, so they would attack the piglins right away.
Right. Oh, and they did make the new Iron Golem, which was kind of silly. The one that could sprint really fast.
Mm-hmm.
That was really silly. It was kind of funny though, like how stupid it looked, and he just like wow. Anyway, I was also thinking about that. Unless you have gold on you, they will attack. Mm-hmm. And they never mentioned that.
I was getting at the Iron Golems should attack the piglins because they're mobs.
Sure.
But what you said, because I didn't say that, maybe I worded it stupid, but I agree. What you just said, I didn't think about, which is still correct. They didn't have gold.
Zombie piglins didn't attack you. Or zombie pigmen.
Yeah,
they didn't attack you unless you provoked them.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking that they were drawing the nether aspect from Minecraft Dungeons. But
I never played that.
I didn't get through that either. I got maybe 20 minutes in.
That game tried too hard to be good. What other thing did I have?
I have Instagram posts. I posted on the Instagram to interact with the fans.
Awesome. Let me say one last thing.
Sure.
That thing that kind of annoyed me. Actually, there's two things. I'll go quick with one of them, though. Mm-hmm. The orb is the Tesseract. That kind of made me mad because, like, it's your own world. Make it that thing. Make it your own world. That is a ripoff.
Also, how does Steve just happen to mine for like 2 minutes and then he finds it, even though that mine has been open for so long and that they've never discovered
everything is so convenient. Also, when they get out of the Woodland Manor and they find Natalie and the landlord and they have like the mushroom hut, the piglins set the portal up right behind them. How convenient is that they can just walk out and just start fighting? They don't have to like travel because why would they put the portal right next to them? On top of that, this is Greg's point. I'm not going to take his credit. When they're doing the montage of like, let's mine, let's craft, and they get ready for war.
Let's Minecraft. First we mine, then we craft.
They're in the cave mining for diamonds, right? So they can prepare and stuff.
Yeah, but he had a stash of diamonds, secret diamonds that they already found.
He did. But on top of that, when have you ever went mining and it's like a real quick thing? They prepare in like 2 seconds and they go right out. What?
No, honestly, they didn't even have to mine for diamonds because Steve had that huge diamond stash.
But
just completely redundant.
Another issue I had was like, the more I think about it, the more I get mad. Jason Momoa's like talking to Steve. He's like, "Hey, let's go to the mines because I want gold or whatever, like the riches in the overworld, so I can bring it back." And he's like, "It's really out of the way of the Woodland Manor." But he's like, "Oh, but I got the Tesseract." He's like, "Fine, we'll do it." It's not out the way because you have the mountain in the cave. Woodland Manor right here. Our heroes are here.
Mm-hmm. It's directly in the way.
You go through, either go around the mountain or go through the cave. At the end of the day, it's not out of your way. Mm-hmm. And plus, they had the railroad track, which took them 2 seconds to get to the Woodland Manor.
Can we also talk about the creepers in the
Did it explode when they're right there in the second?
Unless they started to punch the creepers, that's when they started to explode. So whenever he was like, "Henry, start hitting," like that's the only reason the creepers got provoked. That's not at all how the game works.
But also they blew up earlier in front of Jason Momoa and Garrett.
Yep.
I don't know, whatever. The more I think about it, the more like there's so many flaws because they didn't think 100%. About it at all. It made $700 million as of right now, or as of April 20th.
And I know for a fact that that's only because kids our age are not even kids. Well,
can I say one more thing?
If they're going to see the movie, they're probably.
I wanted to say this. This is important.
I gotta sneeze.
This is important that.
Oh, don't do that.
This is important. This is important that you hear this. When the Minecraft movie first got introduced, the trailer came out. Everyone hated it. Mm-hmm. This is gonna flop. This looks terrible. What are we doing? Let's give it the same treatment as Sonic and bully them to where they make it look good. The only reason why this movie made money is because of the memes. Mm-hmm. Everyone originally thought this was stupid. It was ugly, unfunny, boring, bland. Whatever you want to say about the movie right now, or we do, because most people like it. When I was in the movie theater, people were on their phones in between the non-memeable, like Chicken Jockey, Flint and Steel. People were on their phones. Because at the end of the day, it's a stupid, boring movie, and people are only there to throw popcorn, which people at my theater did. They were yelling throughout the entire movie, throwing popcorn, yelling the entire movie. Not even just the Chicken Jockey, the entire movie they were yelling. It was the worst theater experience ever. The movie is not good. It's only making money because of the memes. It's not a good movie. There's not a single good product in this movie. It's terrible. People hated on it when the trailer came out, and they switched up because Chicken Jockey and Lava Chicken. They switched up. I'm not switching up. It's still terrible. It's still awful. I hate it.
I agree. Couldn't have said it better myself. Hey guys, Editor Josh here. If you're enjoying the podcast so far, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to reach 750 subscribers by the end of this season. So again, if you do enjoy it, please subscribe. Thanks. Back to the video. Okay, I was actually going to say the exact same thing, that the only reason that they made that much money is because of the memes. Obviously, you saw that video about the kid that brought the live chicken.
That was funny, though.
That was funny. I saw that from 3 different perspectives.
Same.
And then I also saw it from some guy who said it was in a college town. And the guy said it was on $5 Movie Tuesday, so it was probably his mistake for buying the tickets on that day. He should have known what was going to happen. But he was like, those kids that did that ruined the experience for me because I wanted to actually see the rest of the movie. Mm-hmm. And after that happened, they kicked all of them out. All of them?
I guess that's fair because you don't know who did it.
Have you also seen the one where it's like they already did... Some of these kids already did something for one of the memes, and then like a movie theater employee came in and was like, you guys need to sit down, stop throwing popcorn. And then at the very end of his speech, he's like, you got it? And then it was a meme moment, like immediately after he said that. So they started like throwing popcorn. He's like, that's it, all you out.
There's a video of like the lady, some worker. She's like, whoever has the blow or the air horn.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Yeah.
And then the chicken or the zombie falls on the chicken. It was burn.
Yeah, they paused the movie, didn't they? And they were like, whoever has it, you need to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was just perfect timing.
That was funny.
It was. But that's the only thing. That's the only thing that's good about this is that the people are making it funny because of what they're doing.
But at the end of the day, you're ruining people's experiences, being a obnoxious little brat. 15, 16-year-olds have to go in there getting paid minimum wage to clean up all the popcorn. There's like 30 minutes in between a showing, and they got to hurry up real fast, and it's not worth it.
No.
It's not worth it.
Well, technically, if they end the movie an hour and a half early. Actually, I can't even say an hour and a half because the movie is an hour and a half.
Should have been.
So when they move, when they end the movie 45 minutes early, and then they have an hour until the next showing, they got plenty of time to clean up the popcorn. But
the live chicken was insane though.
The live chicken was. How do you even get that in there? When my blanket gets searched for water bottles,
you get searched.
Well,
I've never been searched.
When we were in Hope's college town, going to a movie.
Cramp. That felt really weird.
What in the world,
dude? That hurt.
Are you good?
Yeah, it was like right here. It was like a.
Okay. Anyway, when we were in her college town going to movies, she would normally bring a blanket, and if we could, we would try to get snacks in. And one time we had 2 water bottles inside of the blanket, and the lady was like, I'm gonna have to see your blanket, and she like showed her, but it was still wrapped up, and she's like, can you shake it? So Hope like shook the blanket, and both water bottles fell out. It was so embarrassing, and she was like, yeah, you're either gonna have to drink them or throw them away. So we just threw them out. Last
night when I watched Revenge of the Sith, one of my friends walked in. He had a Freddy's soft drink in the back of his pocket. Like, it wasn't even like a bottle or nothing. It was a soft drink that you get. Mm-hmm. And it was in his back pocket. He just walked in.
How do you even fit that in your pocket? And without it like crushing and spilling all over your pants?
I didn't want to look. You want me to look at his back pocket?
Yeah, look at his
I'm going to look like a freak.
It's your friend. Anyway, I'm going to read you what happened with our Instagram story. Shit. I posted 2 things. One was unrelated to the Minecraft movie, but the first one was, I posted just something that basically said, did you enjoy the movie? And we got 3 responses. One from Colin J. Mead. Shout out Colin. He said, I ain't watching it. Good for you, Colin. Save your money. Then we got Greg Solarzano, Rob's brother, said, worst movie I've ever seen. 10 out of 10 response. Love that one too.
Let There Be Carnage is there though.
I enjoyed that more than I did the Minecraft movie.
Interesting. Okay, let's keep going.
That's not even a debate. It's just... I'll also note, I didn't have the theater experience you did. Yeah, this next one's crazy. But I didn't have the theater experience you did because it was like 10 total people, including me and my girlfriend. And one of those people was a kid with his grandparents. And I am not kidding you, that kid did not laugh one time. The only time that I heard that kid is whenever Jason Momoa's character like dies on the bridge. And he said, like during the like quiet moment when like Steve and Henry are like flying away.
Yeah.
The kid went, "Is he dead now?" That's all I heard. Didn't hear him laugh one time.
Can I say something? You put it in the beginning of this clip we have, like the Minecraft thing. If you like this movie, don't let us destroy you from liking it. Like if you actually like sat down and had a good time, sure, that's good for you. I hated it, but like we dogged on it for probably 20 minutes. Don't let that ruin your experience. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Like, cause like I think Avengers Endgame is overrated. Some people love it and be like, that's the best theater experience I've ever had. I'm not gonna dog on them because like good for you. Like you really liked Avengers Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did some really poor things. Overall, it's a good movie. But like with Minecraft movie, if you enjoyed it,
Yeah, don't let our opinions.
But you should listen to our opinions and think about it.
Yeah, you can listen to us and think about it critically if you want to. But if not, if you turned your brain off and you thought it was a good fun time, then you enjoyed it.
Sure.
But the general consensus would probably stick with us.
I personally think if you have to shut off your brain to watch a movie, it's not a good movie.
I agree.
But
if you have to get high to enjoy a movie, that's your own fault.
Well, the people I went with, the only people I didn't like it was Brooke and Greg and me. And I. Everyone else, like 5 other people, they really liked it. And the people I hang out with don't smoke za. But they enjoyed it, so like, sure.
Okay.
But
interesting. Our last response was from my buddy Aiden, not too keen. Said that's not what he said. He said she jockey my chicken till my flint becomes steel. I don't know if he enjoyed the movie or not. That's just what he said. Anyway, are we ready to move on?
Yes.
Okay,
I think I'm done.
Let's get to our final interactive from Instagram. I posted this morning, would you ever eat beans on toast? And we have 3 responses. We have 2 no's, 1 yes. Why did you say yes?
I had it last night. I came back from Revenge of the Sith. I was hungry. The boys wanted to play Marvel Rivals. We won a ton of games actually that night. I was looking for something fast to eat. My dog did just have surgery and she was like bleeding all over the place. And it was kind of messy. And I was like, I gotta take care of her. I told the boys I'd be on, so I gotta get on quick. Mm-hmm. I had bread and I had beans. I toasted the bread. I warmed up the beans, put it on bread, and I ate it.
So, for context, the reason I posted that is because of one of the reels that I posted from our first pop culture episode is that we were asking how you become knighted, and Rob said you have to be British. You have to eat beans on toast. They're also both knighted.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you have to do to be knighted? You have to be British, right?
Yeah.
To be a Brit.
I think Patrick Stewart's gay.
You have to eat beans on toast. I think that's.
Is Patrick Stewart gay? They're kissing.
Why do you say it like that?
All right. Oh, he's not gay. Sorry. Patrick Stewart is apparently not.
You said they have to be gay, right?
No. I said Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen are both gay and they're knighted, but that's untrue because Patrick Stewart is not gay. I just thought he was. Until I looked it up. But I noted that they were both knighted, and you said, how do you become knighted? True
or false? Professor X and Magneto will kiss in Avengers Doomsday.
False. They're not going to kiss. Oh, shoot. Okay. Speaking of Star Wars, though, I'm repping Star Wars today because I'm going to see the re-release of Revenge of the Sith tonight in about an hour and 15 minutes. And Rob saw it last night. Look at that. So we're going to do my top 5 now. With the mask on. Do you recall about 2 months ago?
Nope.
At work, you asked me what my top 5 animated movies were.
Sure.
You don't remember this at all?
Nope. I don't remember a lot about work. I kind of shut
Okay, that's fair. So I did not have a list for you at that point because
I said animated movies?
Animated movies. I didn't have a list for you because, one, I couldn't think of anything at that point because I was on grill and I was just like trying to get patties
Probably mad too.
Probably mad. And 2, because I didn't have a list in front of me to like go through, and I don't have those. I had never gone through those either, and ranked them before that point. So we were just
you
throwing.
Want me to rank my top 5?
No, I'm going to tell you what my top 5 is.
Oh.
Because you did. You gave me your top 5, I believe. But I actually have a top 5 now.
Sick.
So we're going to see if we agree on these. We don't have to, but I know that we won't on a couple.
Am I going to get upset at something
I don't
stupid
think so.
like Frozen?
No.
Frozen's actually not bad.
I think because you know me, you'll
One's going to be Moana, and I accept that.
Okay.
I don't think it is, but I know you like it, so yeah, sure.
Okay. They are in order. They are in order.
Oh, shoot. So you thought about this.
I did.
Thought about this.
Yeah. So you ready for number 1? Do you want to guess number 1?
Can I go Moana?
It's not Moana, but it's in the top 5.
Okay. What does Josh grow like?
It's a pretty simple one. All things considered.
I'm gonna say, like Lion King.
No.
I don't know. What is it?
SpongeBob movie.
Oh, dude, I didn't even think about that.
SpongeBob movie is my number 1 animated film of all time, at least for myself personally.
Interesting. Okay.
It's so good. It's like not even ironically funny. It's effortlessly funny.
I think you told me that at work too. You told me that it would be in your top 5. That's number 1 though.
It's number 1.
That's tough.
Yeah. It's number 1.
I'm not a SpongeBob.
You didn't grow up.
I'm not a
watching
SpongeBob
it.
guy.
I grew up watching it. That was like all me and my brother watched growing up. Obviously, we watched other things like iCarly and Adventure Time, Regular Show, whatever. Ben 10, yeah.
Fire.
But SpongeBob was like the thing. Whenever I was eating breakfast before school, turned on Nickelodeon, I watched 3 episodes of SpongeBob, went to school. And we have the SpongeBob movie on DVD. It's just too good.
Okay. I've never seen it, so I can't judge it. That's my thing. Sure. If I watched it and didn't like it, I would give you some
What?
input. Give you some give you some input. But I've never seen it, so I'm not going to diss on it.
All right. Number 2?
You said Frozen's not up there?
Frozen's not up there.
Really? That's actually insane to me.
Good movie, but it's not up there.
You're more of a Disney guy, right?
There's only one Disney movie.
Wow, okay. So let's think DreamWorks real fast. What does DreamWorks have? They have Megamind. Or you know what? No, you wouldn't be an Ice Age guy. That's Blue Sky. I want to say, is Megamind on there?
Not in the top 5.
Dang. Okay. Let's just throw something out there. Let's go Toy Story 3.
Nope. You're missing
Cars? Incredibles?
No. You're missing a heavily important aspect of both of our lives.
Both of our lives? My life?
Yep.
What? Like what's the Star Wars Clone Wars movie? What did you point to?
What are these made out of?
The Lego movie's up there?
Yeah.
Dude!
Lego movie's number 2.
Let's go. I love that so much.
How far down
What
is
the?
it?
It's a whole page. No, that's valid, dude.
Lego movie's number 2.
Sick.
I think
that wasn't mine.
That's your first?
No, not my top. Not number 1. But I think it's up
5?
there.
Yeah. I think behind SpongeBob, that's the next effortlessly funny kids animated movie.
You know what's crazy about the Lego movie? It puts into perspective like the whole creativity idea.
Yeah.
So much more than just like the Minecraft movie is just like be creative.
Right. Just the fact that Emmett has to become a master builder, which unlocks that he could build anything that he wants to, is so much better than just you can be creative, but also we're not even going to end with the main characters in this creative world.
It's awesome.
We're gonna stymie their creativity and we're gonna put them back in the normal world where you can't be creative.
The Lego movie also looks like a Lego movie.
It sure does.
It's awesome.
All right, number 3.
I'm actually so sad I didn't get that. I should have guessed that.
Let's move on from
the
Minecraft.
disrespect.
It's just gonna make us mad. Number 3.
How to Train Your Dragon?
No, that's an honorable mention.
Mulan.
No.
I still need a Disney movie. Let's go. It's not gonna be Snow White. It's gonna be some live action something.
No, it's all animated.
That's right. Okay. perfect because I know you like the live action Lion King.
Yeah, I thought it was fine. It's not in my top 5.
Disney. Why am I blanking?
You said it.
Little
already.
Mermaid?
You said it already.
Oh, Moana.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
Moana's
number
number
3?
3.
Okay.
Yeah. Best, in my opinion, best Disney princess soundtrack. And best Disney princess movie. You could make an argument for like
Shining.
Tangled or Beauty and the Beast for like soundtrack. Maybe Mulan. But I think Moana. Or Frozen. Frozen actually might be up there for top soundtracks. But I think it's Moana.
I don't like the song in Frozen with like the finish each other's sandwiches.
Love's an Open Door?
Yeah.
I love that song.
I actually don't like that song.
I love that one.
I don't like it.
Okay,
All
hold on.
right,
I forgot what number 4 is, so you have to look away.
Looking.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're not going to get this one.
What is it? Is it like Velocity of Atlantis? Notre Dame?
No.
The
The
Hunchback,
Hunchback of Notre Dame? No.
I don't know. Why wouldn't I get it?
This
Tarzan?
one is... oh my gosh, why am I blanking on his name? I'm trying to think of the director. I'll give you the actor. The voice actor is George Clooney.
George Clooney. What is... I don't know. The Batman movie?
Nope.
What is he voicing?
Wes Anderson. Wes Anderson's the director.
What is it? What is George Clooney voice?
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Dude, are you serious?
Mm-hmm. That's number 4.
I forgot that's him.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I love the clips on, you can find on Instagram probably, of George Clooney like doing the actions.
Oh, yeah.
Like when like Fantastic Mr. Fox is eating like the breakfast and like he's
actually
actually doing it or like he's running around the hill. I forgot about that.
Such a good movie.
Dang, is that my
And it's
top
funny.
5?
It's also funny.
I love Fantastic
And
Mr.
it's like
Fox. I was
serious too.
I was him for Halloween. I was
Oh, yeah,
Mr.
you were.
Fox
Yeah.
for Halloween. I did not
Good
think you would
movie.
ever. I didn't think you saw that movie.
I have twice now.
I don't want to insult you, but I feel like I thought you were more like basic, like you know what I mean,
I
like
think
with your
that's...
movie knowledge, because you haven't seen like Jaws, right?
No, I would say I'm not more basic because I haven't seen the hits. I haven't seen Jaws. I haven't seen Alien. I haven't seen Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, that one's good.
Like Saving Private Ryan. I haven't seen that. Everything that I think is considered to be
A hood
that
classic?
everyone says is a classic, I haven't seen.
Wow.
I mean, I've seen a lot of them, but just not all of them. I've seen Jurassic Park.
Do you have any Pixar on here or DreamWorks? There's only one spot left.
Nope. Honorable mentions though.
Are you kidding me?
Last one.
I'm not good at guessing outside of Pixar.
Just want me to tell you.
Sure.
We've already talked about this one. Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh.
And
Why did
you think Across is better?
I was talking to Greg the other day, and I was saying how every Spider-Man movie, but we're going to keep it down to Across and Into for this, but those two movies, the more I think about either movie, I want to put it above the other one. The more I think about Into, I'm like, okay, maybe Into is better than Across. And then I think about Across, I really like Spot. I like the entire thing.
Yeah.
I like 2099. And then I'm like, oh, that's better than Into. And I think about Into, and I'm like, So they're like on the same playing field. I can't pick one over the other. That's valid though.
Yeah. You
I
want to
think
know my honorable mentions? I have a lot.
If you don't have Kung Fu Panda 2,
I do.
thank you.
Okay, so honorable mentions, I put Over the Hedge.
Dude, I forgot about that.
Funny.
Is that
Kung Fu
DreamWorks?
Panda. I think it might be. Kung Fu Panda, the entire franchise. Spirited Away.
3 and 4 is not good. Spirit Away is good. I think it drags a little bit.
Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Dude, that movie's good.
That's really good. The animation on that is phenomenal.
Into the Spider-Man.
Lego Batman movie.
Valid.
Also really funny. The Incredibles. Megamind.
Yes.
Surf's Up. How to Train Your Dragon.
You don't have Wall-E?
I think we talked about this last time because that's your number 1, right?
I think so.
So I haven't seen Wall-E since I was a kid, and I don't remember it. So I would have to watch it again before I could safely say I could put it on this.
I
don't doubt that it's that good, but I'm just saying I haven't seen it in so long that I can't in my right mind put it there because I I don't know it.
With how you feel about Wall-E, that's how I feel about How to Train Your Dragon. Because Brooke's seen it more recently, and she was gushing over it. She also thinks Hiccup's cute, which, not cool.
You should beat him up.
He's a dragon, though.
That's true.
But, like, I need to rewatch that because I heard it's really good, and I don't remember it.
I think Hope would think Hiccup is cute, too. Something about the messy hair.
We gotta kill Hiccup, then. Surf's Up is such a...
Surf's Up is funny.
Someone just dropped clothes by my door. There's a joke in Surf's Up when he talks about his like dad being deceased, and they took a photo of like an orca, like about to eat him.
Yeah, that movie is just so good, and Michael Cera's in it.
Really?
I forget who he plays. Yeah,
Chicken Joe's pretty funny.
Chicken Joe is good. Who does Michael Cera play in that movie? I need to know. Because you know the voice.
Yeah, I do.
Let's see. Oh, and Zooey Deschanel is in it. Forgot about that.
Shia LaBeouf is Cody? What?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I actually did not. I'm not good with...
Jeff Bridges is Zeke.
I'm not good with, like, voice to face.
Maybe it's not Surf's Up that he's in.
I was about to say, because he'd probably be in the first or second line.
Yeah. Hey there, listener. Don't forget that you can find us at the Outside Scoop Podcast on both Instagram and TikTok. On Instagram, we post some pretty interactive content, so if you enjoy that, give it a follow, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on this video. All right, back to the show.
Okay, so we're going to do top 5 Star Wars movies, all right? And I think we have to agree on 3 of them on their rank to maybe create some disagreements.
Okay.
But we'll see. Maybe if it becomes too hard, we can just agree on top 5 movies.
Agree to disagree. Sure.
Yes.
Like that.
What's your number 1?
Okay, so I think my number 1, as of now, is Revenge of the Sith. But it might change after seeing it tonight because of what you said about the acting. But
when was the last time you watched it?
Probably when we watched it as a marathon.
Whoa.
I think.
That was years ago.
Yeah, it was like 21, 22.
There's 4 movies I see every single year just because, like, I turn on movies sometimes. The Batman, The Dark Knight, Joker, and Revenge of the Sith. Actually, Rogue One's up there, too. You know, like the movies I just turn on. So I'm kind of more familiar with the bad dialogue. The acting's kind of questionable at times. I also sometimes feel like the Grievous was rushed a little bit.
Yeah, I've always kind of thought that plot line was rushed. But okay, there's so much that is so nostalgic for me. And also, I grew up with the prequels as opposed to the original trilogy or the new trilogy, which I don't know who could have liked those growing up with them, but we won't be hearing their opinions for another 10 years anyway. But just like the opening scene, the starfight is so good.
Battle over Coruscant is one of the coolest scenes in Star Wars.
And then the dialogue with, like, when they fight Count Dooku. Obviously, that you get do it. You get that from that scene. Plus the just the iconic moment where Mace Windu has the Chancellor pinned down,
dead to rights.
Yeah, and then Anakin's like, "No, I need him.
I need him. He must stand trial. He's too dangerous to be kept alive."
It's so iconic. The moment where Commander Cody turns and starts firing at Obi-Wan.
I think the Clone Wars TV show helps out that scene because originally, why would the clones ever just snap on a dime on their generals when they've been fighting with them for years in a war? That made no sense until the Clone Wars was like, okay, they got a chip in their head. That made more sense, which helped Revenge of the Sith. Also, sometimes Anakin's fall to the dark side is a little unrealistic. You're telling me he goes from fighting in a war with all these Jedi. He's brothers with Anakin or Obi-Wan. Sorry, excuse me. And then on a dime, he's like slaughtering younglings. It's kind of quick, in my opinion. It's still a really good movie. Revenge of the Sith is phenomenal, but there's some big flaws that people overlook because they're nostalgic, because they grew up with it.
Sure, but he's being so manipulated by Palpatine simply because he's so in love with Padme.
I agree.
Love makes you do stupid things.
killing younglings and betraying the whole Jedi Order and trying to kill your brother.
Well, he's also been insulted by the
insane.
Jedi Order because he didn't get the rank of Master. All of this stuff that's led up to that maybe doesn't justify killing younglings.
You know what? I think if one word was said, I guess a couple words were said, nothing would have happened. So when Anakin first comes to Mace, is like, Palpatine is the Sith Lord we've been looking for. And he says, you have to stay behind. And
you'll come with us.
And no, he's like, Anakin, you gotta stay because you're too close to this.
Right.
But he says, if what you told me is true, you would have gained my trust.
Right.
Why couldn't he just say,
come with us and figure it out together?
No. If he was like, if what you told me is true, I will grant you rank of master. That's what the thing that really put Anakin over the edge a little bit before everything really hit the fan was when he was like when he got put onto the council, but he wasn't granted master. That's what really is like, they don't trust me, they don't like me. That where like his mind started going bad places.
I think if Mace Windu would have said, okay, let's go figure it out, let's go find him together,
that works too.
That would have also changed things.
Mace Windu is a big issue. I love Samuel L. Jackson. I like Mace Windu's character, but his character overall is what's wrong with the Jedi Order.
Yeah.
100%. Anyway, people don't say that, no, make that purple lightsaber, he's cool. I'm like, he's kind of a jerk. My number one's Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
My dad's a boomer. I didn't watch episode 1, 2, and 3 because when we would tell him, like, my brother and I were like, hey, I want to go watch the first Star Wars movie. We were talking about Phantom Menace, but he would turn on A New Hope. Because in his mind, there's only those three. Number one.
Yeah.
He also has a crazy take to where, like, the only good Star Wars movie is episode 4 because it's the only one that feels Star Wars.
Interesting.
Now, yeah, we don't have to talk about that. It's weird though. But I grew up on 4, 5, and 6.
That's valid.
To kind of, to show off. Like I grew up with 4, 5, and 6. So I'm a little softer on that. I also do think the stories are a little bit stronger. I also like the idea. Ow. It hurts my ears, like taking it off.
Dude, that's how a football helmet would feel with my ears.
Not good, man. But I like the idea of like a giant galactic evil empire and then a small band of rebels trying to take them out. Mm-hmm. That is really appealing to me. Then listen, the galactic huge armies fighting is cool. To me, what's appealing...
the spectacle of it is cool.
It's like the heroes of like... It feels like everything's against them. And that's what I really like. Like the rebellion
the underdog story.
Yeah. So I have Empire number 5 because we could talk about it forever. Like Bespin's really good, Dagobah's good, Hoth is really good.
Wait, number 5 or number 1?
Episode 5 is number 1 for me.
Okay.
So what's your number 2?
I think Rogue One is my number 2.
Dude, I love you. That's not my number 2, but I totally respect that. I love Rogue One. My number 2 is A New Hope. I think the pace is perfect. It's intro to Star Wars. The pace is perfect. If you haven't seen it in a long time, I recommend you rewatch it. Because when you rewatch it, you understand how it flows so smooth. It doesn't drag. The characters are interesting. You learn to care for everyone. The Empire is cool. You have like this huge... The Death Star is classic. X-Wings are classic.
Best character in that movie?
Falcon.
Han Solo.
I would... Yeah, probably. Chewie's really cool. Like, A New Hope is a classic.
Yeah.
But honestly, if we have to move stuff around, I'm totally willing to put Rogue One too.
Number 2, okay. Number 3, I think, is Return of the Jedi.
Okay. My number 3 is Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
That just makes sense to me because it is a really good... It feels very Star Wars-y. Mm-hmm. I was talking to Greg about this the other day, and we're like, okay, what's better, Rogue One or Episode 3? We both love Rogue One. We both love Episode 3. We put Episode 3 a little bit higher because it feels more Star Wars-y, if that makes sense. But Rogue One is also like very grounded, and it feels like a war movie, and I love war movies. I've seen like so many war movies, and it feels so...
My thought on what you guys think is Star Wars-y, it's different because of how I grew up watching Star Wars. Because I did grow up with the prequels, I grew up watching 1 and 2 a lot, like Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones a lot, because my mom didn't let me watch Episode 3 because it was rated PG-13. It was the only one of those 3 rated PG-13, and it's because of the violence at the end.
Anakin does get burned alive.
He does, but my mom didn't want me to see that as a kid. Sure. And then I saw it for the first time. I don't know. I was like 12, maybe 10, at my friend's house down the street. My mom didn't know that I was watching it. So first off, it almost felt cooler because I wasn't technically allowed to watch it. That I was watching it.
You're a bad boy.
And yeah, and I finally got to see the ending of it put on screen because I'd been playing the complete saga for my whole life. And then all of a sudden here's the actual ending on the big screen. Not on the big screen, it was on TV. This is the first time I'll ever be able to see it on big
30
screen.
30-inch TV.
Yeah. But
the big screen.
But it was so cool finally getting to see that conclusion of that story. And then also, because like I said, I watched Attack of the Clones and Phantom Menace so much, those were the toys I played with. My cousins had like the beasts that were in the pit in Attack of the Clones. Like,
I should know their names.
I don't remember what the beasts are.
At
but
some point I knew
the thing
names.
the big thing that's got the horns, then there's that like mantis looking thing. Like, my cousins had those toys. So we would play, make all these kinds of freaking scenarios in our heads with those things. So that's what I feel like Star Wars is for me.
Mm-hmm.
But the more I've grown up, I've appreciated episodes 4 through 6 and Rogue One and like Andor for what those are, because they are the ground level. Not 4 through 6 are ground level, but like Andor and Rogue One are the ground level, like the little guys basically.
Star Wars is so vast.
Yeah.
It's like you can't always have a battle of Geonosis.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes like the Andor stuff is so good. Like the season 2, I'm so excited for. I don't entirely remember season 1 too much, but I remember really liking it.
I also think because those stories are the little guys and they're focusing on less people than this like huge empire, right? Mm-hmm. That you can make dialogue more intentional and better.
Yes.
I think that also kind of applies to episodes 4 through 6 because the Rebels only focus mainly on Luke, Leia, Han, Chewie, and in the first one,
you have
Ben
R2
Kenobi.
and C-3PO, but R2 and C-3PO are kind of like, they're droids. C-3PO's there to kind of be annoying, but, you know...
comedic relief, almost.
A little bit. R2 is there to, you know, get past the door.
Yeah.
Even though he's really cute and he's funny.
Yeah.
He's to get past doors sometimes. Right. Chewie, you don't really have depth because he's a giant walking carpet.
Right.
But you get a lot with Luke, Han, and Leia.
Mm.
So... Did you go over number 4?
No. So I really haven't thought about this too much. I'm kind of struggling on 4 or 5 now because those are by far my top 3.
Mm-hmm.
But
respectable.
Oh man, I don't know. I think my 4 5 is. I think I'm gonna put a Phantom Menace at 4, or the Phantom Menace, not a Phantom Menace. Because that is also one of the most iconic things for me is young Anakin starting to learn things. Obi-Wan still as a Padawan is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Qui-Gon's like all right.
He's the best part of the movie.
The best part of the movie is
Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon. The best part of the movie is the Duel of Fates.
With Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon's a part of that, yeah.
You like Anakin more than Qui-Gon and Phantom Menace?
I do.
Wow.
Actually, I like Obi-Wan the most. Anyone who's in that Padawan age, I have a soft spot for.
So you like Anakin in episode 2?
Yeah, I like when his hand gets cut off.
My number 4 is Rogue One.
Okay.
It had to be top 5. If it was not my top 5, I probably wouldn't be here today.
What?
Rogue One is why I'm still breathing.
That's not true.
So I can watch it when I wake up every morning.
You don't do that.
No.
Oh,
it's still really good though.
I wanted to comment really quick on the things you say that you have like those 5 movies that you always rewatch like every year when you're going to put something on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that really right now because if I'm like sitting in bed and I'm like, it's either TV or a movie, I'm going to look for a movie I haven't seen before.
I understand that and I do the exact same thing, but most of the time my mom wants to watch a movie and she's really picky.
Yeah.
I show my sister and my mom Nightcrawler, don't like it.
Yep.
I show them 1917, they don't like it.
Yeah.
They like the Batman, and they'll watch it.
My mom really wanted to see 1917, and so we saw it in theaters, but she didn't like it because there's so much death. I mean, what do you think's going to happen in a war movie? My mom's just like that, though. That's how she is about every... She didn't like Rogue One because they all died.
I like Rogue One because they all died.
Yep. That's why... Well, that's not why it's good, but it's part of why it's good.
My mom doesn't like war movies because she doesn't like seeing people die. And, like, the opening scene of Saving Private Ryan is D-Day. And, like, people are, like, picking up their own arms and, like, their spaghetti's coming out their stomach.
Just don't show her Invincible. Or the boys.
I'm on season 2.
Of Invincible?
Yeah.
Very nice. I just finished season 3.
Number 5.
Ooh, okay. I think number 5 will be A New Hope.
Okay, I have Return of the Jedi. Now, do you want to try to pair them up? At least get 3?
I think we can agree on Rogue One, right?
Rogue One's number 2. Do you want to put Return of the Jedi number 5? Because that one will hit 2. We both have
okay.
We both have a top 5. Okay.
I can do that.
I mean, both. Do you have Empire on your list? You have A New Hope, right? You don't have Empire?
I don't have Empire.
Do you want to put A New Hope?
I think that would come 6.
Do you want to put A New Hope number 4?
Sure. Yeah.
We can agree that. Okay, fine. So this is... The other ones would get mixed around.
Yeah.
But we agree that Return of the Jedi is the 5th best Star Wars movie. We agree Rogue One's the 2nd best. Which, saying that out loud is kind of like blasphemous. But I don't care. Because I love it. Scarif's really good. I can never remember the Rocky planet's name. I don't know, but Galen Urso, awesome. Cassian's awesome. K2SO's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Jeddah is really cool. Edu? Oh,
What is Jen Urso?
What?
What is Jen Urso?
Jen Urso, yeah, but I'm talking like Galen Urso's her dad. And I was thinking about
that's right.
The Rocky Planet scene where he's taking the blame for like putting the
yes.
And Krennic like kills all the scientists.
Yeah.
And she comes up and she's like, Dad, and the X-Wings come in. The X-Wings look so cool with like the lights.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Rogue One's so cool. Scarif has one of the coolest space battles.
Mm-hmm.
The entire ending is fantastic. Okay, so we agree
Yeah,
on those?
I think we can agree.
What was the third one? A New Hope was 4?
A New Hope, yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm fine with that. I thought
Look at us.
I thought it was going to get messy. Because I thought
Look at
you were
us.
a prequel fanboy. You'd be like, episode 2 is my top
I
5.
was really debating. So whenever I said 4 or 5 are going to be hard for me, it was either... Well, obviously it was down to A New Hope, Empire, Phantom Menace, and Attack of Clones. But I think, in general, I think the second movie out of any trilogy is probably the weakest.
Out of like any like movie?
For the most part.
Shrek 2.
Shrek 2 is the best.
Kung Fu Panda. Empire Strikes Back. Across the Spider-Verse.
We haven't
Terminator 2.
We haven't seen
Aliens
hold on.
2.
We have not seen the conclusion to Spider-Verse. I also already told you that I think Into is better. It's just, in general, I do not think a sequel holds up to the first. And I think the conclusion of the story is typically better.
Okay,
what would you consider Infinity War? Because it's technically the 4th Avengers film?
Third.
Third?
Avengers, Age of Ultron, Infinity War.
Oh, that's right. I always consider Civil War.
Infinity War is the best Avengers movie.
I agree.
And then the first Avengers is number 2. And then Age of Ultron and Endgame can flip-flop.
I would say Endgame and then Age of Ultron. Well, I don't know.
I need to watch Endgame again because the last time I watched Endgame,
I kind of enjoy Age of Ultron. I know that there's some things in it that are like
weird,
stupid, and poorly written, and also the Quicksilver stuff is like
super speed. I get shot to death.
Guess I didn't see that coming.
No, he says you didn't see that coming,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
I'm like, you have super speed. Grab the kid and go.
Yeah. Whatever. Okay.
Bad writing.
Yeah, there's moments like that definitely drop it for me. Leo just watched all of the Avengers.
Did he?
Mm-hmm. He started with Iron Man and then he watched the Avengers. I asked him if he was going to watch like Captain America and Thor and stuff, and he's like, maybe. He's seen them, but he's just like going out of order. His favorite, he said, is Iron Man.
Who's the Guardians of the Galaxy?
He knows who the Guardians are.
Has he seen the first, second, or I guess the first and second one?
I think he's seen all of the MCU movies. He's just like going back and watching them again. Because he told me before he watched them that Iron Man is his favorite.
What language do you think he watches it in? Russian, Ukrainian, or
Well, he said
Czech?
that the spot in Ukraine that he's from largely speaks Russian, so that's what he speaks with his family. So I would imagine he's probably watching them in Russian or English.
Mm.
He's probably watching them in English to get better at English.
Has like subtitles on.
Mm-hmm.
Smart.
Okay, well, we have a little bit of time.
Do we?
We do. Do you think, just touch on Game of Thrones really quick?
We could either end it early or you could do that. I don't know, like, how long have we been going?
This was our second break, so we're looking at roughly an hour.
I think might call it. What do we have to talk next week? We could probably do Game of Thrones after that. Only 5 episodes in?
I just started
You've seen the whole thing, yeah. So, well, yeah, we can end it here.
All right, so we agreed on 3 things on Star Wars.
Comment down below if you like the Minecraft movie.
Yeah, or if you hated it. Give us all of your thoughts on it. Don't shy away from... Dude, that's two pop culture episodes that I've said shy away.
Shy away.
Listen to Shy Away from Twin Owen Pilots. Let us know your thoughts on your top 5 Star Wars.
Or
films.
animated movies.
Or animated movies, yeah. If you don't agree on, what did I say was number 1? The SpongeBob movie. If you don't think that's the best animated movie on the planet, then...
That's kind of a hot take. Like, that movie better work wonders.
I guess. It's just that that's something I grew up with, too. Watched it all the time. And like I said, SpongeBob was my childhood. I would not be surprised if I ended up getting a SpongeBob tattoo.
I think Megamind's in my top 5.
Yeah, I respect
Megamind's
that.
hilarious, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Every time I watch that, I laugh.
Dude, you know what I just remembered? Monsters vs. Aliens.
Dude, that's such a good movie.
It is. Fun movie. Anyway. Oh my god, do you remember Bolt?
Yes, the freaking dog that thinks he's like
and
a real
Miley
superhero.
Cyrus was the child. The girl. Do you remember that? Miley Cyrus.
Speaking of
was
child, we never talked about Monsters, Inc.
Oh shoot!
Give me the child.
Aren't they making a series on Disney about Monsters Inc?
Probably gonna be terrible. Alright, well, I'm hungry, so.
Time to end it. Bye, fellas. Thanks for watching. Tune in next Sunday for Sports Part 3.
Sunday?
Monday.
Just plug a giant Monday.